So there's something that I have been contemplative about for, I would say, maybe the last 2 weeks. I've been thinking about it on and off. Should I had spoken about going back into the realm of generational curse breaking, talking about it, dissecting shadow, because it's what I've always done on my other pages from the time I started TikTok. And that was back in 2020. Well, 2019 I had one, but that was 2020 is when I really started talking about the shadow experience and delving into that. And then I got into generational curse breaking because obviously intersectionality. But, I really started to think about, mm, but I already spoke about so many things. And then I saw something the other day that reminded me that it wasn't about me. It wasn't really about what I experienced. And this is also something that I want to implement in my videos, because sometimes I think I can go on a tangent about what I experienced. And that's okay. Some people learn through you talking about your experience, or some people need to understand that you are connected to the experience and you're not just talking about it. But I think for me, I'm trying to figure out the balance of, okay, where do I where's the neutrality of just saying what this thing is, and then kind of bringing in what I've experienced, and how much of that should I limit. I've been thinking about that and other things as well. um it's always an exposure thing, right? I've exposed myself over these last 5 years, and I've started over. That's something that's very vulnerable for me as well, starting over and going back into this over and over again, and then seeing myself and being like, "Ooh, I don't know if I like that. I'm out there. I don't know if I like that." And then also pushing through that feeling. I think with my last page, I had to push through that feeling because I understood that this is a part of me, right? This is not something that I can choose to pick up and drop. I see now that it's not really about me, and I have to keep reminding myself that it's not about me. Art is not the art that comes through you, though a part of it does reflect you. It's not just about you. You make art for the community, you make art for the people. You don't make art just for yourself. That's why it's such a powerful thing. Um, we see it every single day, right? Reflected in the different realms of artistry, whether it be music, whether it be acting, whether it be a painting, whether it be surgery, whether it be like, there's so many different art forms that bring life, that heal, that are miraculous, that are powerful. And it's not really about you, the giver, right? Even though it's about people being able to see it and witness it and understand it, and know, oh my God, that's what that is. That's such a powerful thing. We have that here on earth. That's so beautiful. And so I think a lot of the time, it's just one of those things of, first, get over yourself. Um, and I think, obviously I'm going to create another series, like I mentioned before, going into generational curse breaking and shadow placement, and um, the shadow realm, but also your placement in showing up in that. But yeah, I just really wanted to talk about it because I know for me, it was something that was in my head, and I was like, okay, just get it out, get it out, get it out. You have to become unselfish, like truly become unselfish in this every single time. Because I've been talking about it for so long, and I think a part of me is like, oh my God, I've exhausted this topic. I've exhausted talking about this. I've exhausted expressing this. But how many people have, witnessed? It's not about, like I said before, it's not about me, but it's about what the story is, and how people are going to connect to it. It's interesting because you have a part of it, you have to be really selfish and understand how to take care of yourself during these moments, exploring the shadow, delving into the shadow. And then another part of it is really unselfish, because it's not yours anymore, because you have to integrate into society, if that's your story, because not everybody integrates within society. Some people live in solitude, and that's their story. But if you know you're meant to integrate into society, there is a responsibility, and it comes very naturally. And if you resist it, there will be a certain level of consequences, because it's almost like your spirit, your soul is calling you to do something, and you're denying it. And when that happens, it's just not pretty, guys. It's not beautiful. It's not a beautiful thing. It's not fun. It's not fun. It's not fun. It's not fun, guys. I've spoken about this so many times. When you resist what your spirit is calling you to do, and I've not done it on purpose often, right? Because I usually am somebody who just follows what I'm led to do. But yeah, I know what the backlash is. I've allowed, I think in the name of respect and love for other people, I've allowed certain things, and that's not on them. It was just me. Uh, but then I had to understand. Okay, all right, the shadow is talking, and I need to respond. I need to respond. Um, so yeah, I just wanted to talk about the fears sometimes in expressing your gifts or showing up again or coming back again or returning. It's like, oh, I've done this so many times. I've spoken this about this so many times. I've tried this so many times, and nobody's looking, nobody's watching, nobody's seeing, nobody's. And it's such a good. It builds core strength, which is something that I'm working on right now, y'all. The mat is. I love the mat. Y'all, the way Pilates has changed my relationship to my body is insane. And it's not even a physical thing, although physically I cannot complain. But it's more of a, it's like, oh my God, I'm strong. Like I'm getting stronger, I'm getting more flexible. Oh my gosh, my body is changing. Period. Clock in. So there's that core activation happening. And with the same thing that I think you showing up constantly in this space, right? Going back, returning to the thing without people seeing you or witnessing you, it builds core, it builds strength, it builds character. And that's what I keep reminding myself too. Apart from the desire to always return, it's keep telling yourself what this does for you, how this honors you, you showing up, even though you may not be witnessed the way that you would like at the time. And you're supposed to be, right? You're supposed to be. You're supposed to be seen. We kind of talk about this round of like, we kind of shy away from what it means, but we all have a desire to be witnessed and seen and congratulated. And you know, that's nuance. Not everybody wants a pat on the back, but it's one of those things. You want to be witnessed. It's normal. It's human. It's real. Um, so I've been in the shadow with that, right? Another thing is accepting my shadow, accepting that this darkness, right? It's not, I've known this, and I think I have this conversation with myself so many times, but it's this thing of it's always going to be there, and it's not bad. It's just an understanding of the nuance that exists within the world. You see it so clearly, and that's why the darkness is always there. It's not necessarily that, oh my God, this bad thing is always here. You understand nuance. You can see the world. You experience the world, and you have abilities. So yeah, it's there. You're supposed to know and understand it, because it's not just about you. It's about reflecting and speaking on the world in honesty and in truth, and letting people know, hey, like there's another side to this. There's so many different parts of this experience that need to be talked about and need to be understood, so that we can move forward, so that we can help each other, so that we can connect on a level that is not easily broken, severed, right? Show up in truth, and your truth is there's darkness to it, and that's okay, because that's what's a part of the world. um don't let that nuance miss you. And what I mean by that is, um the shadow is supposed to exist. The shadow is supposed to be here for us to understand how important it is, to exist in the light, right? And not everybody is going to, and this is what I mean about placement, not everybody is going to be representative of light work, right? Not everybody is doing the light work. This video is gonna end soon, and I think I have a part two, so I'm just gonna duck out and then we gonna duck back in.